Watch how they hold it. There was this one guy. They literally made him rat out everybody. They said they're gonna stop. They're not gonna stop beating him until he rats out everybody, and he did.
5 minutes later, the whole fucking crib was caught.
Yeah,
Fucking
actually,
done.
yeah.
No, fucking good, bro. I'm sorry, bro. If you're gonna, this is again a psychological problem. But I mean, like, if you're gonna fucking disrupt an entire town or city by stealing your cables, you're not hurting. You're not just feeding your family.
Yeah.
You're fucking up a whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Do
Hey.
you think the people who say taking justice into your own hands is wrong because it can go too far? So what do you think about that?
It depends on what justice we're serving. If it's something.
For this guy, these kids, they were stealing cables. So the community said they beat on his ass. They were not like beating him. No, they beat his ass on the ass. And then they told yo, go get.
You have to watch your words. We're live on TikTok now.
Oh, okay.
So if they punish him like that, corporal punishment, I feel like
Yeah.
to some extent is completely fair. Just don't. Honestly, even if they break a leg or two or something like that, it must be a recoverable damage.
Oh yeah, it's not that. It's not breaking legs.
No. Then it sucks. But I mean, then the lesson is taught. If you get caught, you can get
And
fucked
then
up.
they went to the parents of the kids and said, listen, your kid is stealing is messing up your community as well and stuff like this. Like if he keeps doing this, he might get killed.
No, that's fair.
I mean, people consider that a threat, but
No, but I mean, it's also valid. I mean, like, if we consider electricity and Wi-Fi to be human rights and someone's taking away that human right,
yeah.
there's a consequence. But that's like one of the things in South Africa that makes it hard. It's like there's a lot of things you can do without any consequence.
But I do know street justice is extremely unpopular around the world. I have heard some people say it makes you a savage society if you have like street
That
justice.
lover
And
said
stuff like
Omen at send one X Galaxy.
Omen,
That lover said Omen at send one X Galaxy.
Omen said no galaxies, bro. As we can see, there's no galaxies gifted, bro. Sorry, you're gonna have to try and scam some kids. Not this old man. I just checked my bank balance on TikTok. Didn't get shit.
That lover said Ram.
Ram? So, my hot take on it is like, if someone's committed an offense that's worthy of it, sure. Like, I mean, these people that get away with assaulting people, I don't really feel too bad about them getting like mob justice.
Do you think the community has to call the authorities first?
No. What do you mean? Dude, you know,
Okay.
okay, let me give you an example. I caught a man
Yeah,
beating his wife in the streets, literally.
yeah.
Do you know what the conclusion of that was after I processed everything with the police? It's a domestic dispute. We need to stay out of it and you don't understand because you're not black. That's what I was told.
That's crazy.
So then in that case I'm like, cool, so the next time I should just drive him over with my car.
Oh yeah, that is not allowed. You're not allowed, especially if she tells the community. There was an old man. He wanted to divorce his wife, yeah? And he was beating the wife.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, the community said, listen, you are not divorcing this woman. And you are not going to touch her. And if you do touch her, we are going to touch you. And he stopped doing it. He even moved out. I mean, yeah. So. But they told her, listen, this is her house as much as it's your house. She's not going, she's not moving. You are not just getting a divorce because you just don't like her.
Yamati said Master Wizard thanks you good.
Hey, what's up, bro? I'm good, thanks yourself. Like, relationships are hard work, bro.
Yeah, they are.
They really, really are. And I mean, like, if I make it sound like being with my wife is hard, bro, it's hard for my wife to be married to me. So, like, it's
Are you a pain in the ass?
100%, bro. I'm a human being. It's one of the reasons why I dislike our modern society. Is like,
Loving the piece you did.
thank you. There's no room for you to be a fucking human being, and that's what's creating me such frustration. Hold people accountable when they screw up, 100%. But half the shit that people get cancelled for is not like cancelable. It's like, bro, this guy doesn't know anything. Like, I've seen people getting cancelled for being ignorant. They didn't know any better, and then they speak out of turn, and then their whole life gets turned upside down and ruined. And I'm like, hey man, you know what you should have taken is should have taken this uneducated person, given them like a lesson, and then be like, okay, bro, now we've got to incorporate you into society and show you how it actually works.
What do you think? Motive should be important when coming to things.
100%.
Yeah,
Like-
because I think if you say something wrong, but your motive or your
Let's take a blatant example between you and me. What's up, Donahue? Let's do it like this. Let's say I make an inappropriate joke with racial basis with you. Okay, cool. So we're homies and whatever. And then you come to me and you say, Jono, look, I think things you say are funny, but that joke that came across fucked up.
Yeah.
My immediate reaction should be, hey man, I was trying to make you laugh. I was not trying to get under your skin.
Yeah.
Where do we start with getting this back on track and fixing it?
Yeah.
That's how it should be. Obviously, I have the tact and understanding that certain things are just not acceptable to joke about. But what happens when you get a guy who hasn't got social experience, or a girl that doesn't have social experience? They come and they say something fucking way out of line. So that means we ruin their lives. No, you take them and you fucking teach them a lesson for sure. Make their life uncomfortable for a week or two. Let them understand there's real repercussions to stepping out of line. And then you, as a person, you go and fix them. Thanks, dude. I tried. And then you go from there and you teach them. Really, like, do you know, like, there was this young fellow named Robatu who was my best friend growing up. Black gentleman from Tanzania. And him and I had a few passings when we were very young. And someone externally turned it into a race issue, but it was an internal issue between him and me. So his mom was never at home. He was being raised by his aunt or his gran or something like that.
Yeah.
And my mom was the art teacher at his school. And whenever my mom would give me affection, if I would come with to the school, you know, for like aftercare or whatever, him and I would have it set because my mom was supplementing a parental need that he didn't have. Because my mom was quite caring when she taught art. So him and I would fight. It's my mom. And he's like, cool, but he's seeing a mother figure in her. And so me getting that affection is like, you know, it's like finding out that your brother gets a hug and you get told to fuck off, you know. That's kind of how he saw it. So him and I had a few fist fights and someone tried to turn it racial. Luckily for him and for me, you know, both of our parents got involved in the situation, and eventually this dude ended up staying with us for like 6 months.
Yeah, I don't think,
And we became best friends, bro. We made the most out-of-pocket jokes, and I learned a lot about myself, and he learns a lot about himself, and bro, you must understand, we were like two fucking toddlers, the way we climbed into each other physically. We beat...
Because even if it was another white kid, you would still feel jealous
100%.
of the affection.
Yeah, 100%. But I didn't mind him getting affection. He was jealous of the fact that my mom gave me affection, and I was like, bro, you are stupid. That's my mom.
Yeah. But I don't blame him. Kids, it's tough for kids, man. Like,
yeah, and we were
you
like
could see
8,
that,
9, bro. We were stupid.
Kids who were like bullies, man. Whenever they see just a parent coming to pick up their kids and the kids are smiling, getting lunchbox, you know, it's hard, man. As a kid, you just look and you don't know
How to respond.
Yeah, you don't know how to respond, so you just go with the first thing, like punching somebody, taking their lunchbox for yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the whole thing of like learning is like, the world is pretty rough out here. And it's also like parents' jobs to like step in and regulate situations. Like,
I think the worst thing is like people who are victims of bullying and they just finish college and high school not getting like proper evaluation or like therapy, becoming authority figures, bro. They become monsters, bro.
but that's not also not right, eh? You know, you're still accountable. So it's a situation. It's like you know, you can have people can grow up and live in different environments and they can turn out different, man. So like a good example is some people I know in my family. We all grew up under how do I say this without saying anything? So me and this person grew up in the same household. We turned out completely different. Choices. It all comes down to choices. Look at your situation and be like, oh man, it sucks that I didn't get this, that, or the following. Okay, whatever. Life continues. Life just continues. I've got no choice in the matter. It sucks. It's hard. Life is a challenge or whatever. Don't cry about it. Like, deal with it.
I mean, you can cry about it at home, but you gotta have to deal
No,
with
but
it
I mean,
when
like,
you get
then
back.
now you've got someone who's turning 30 in like 2 years, acting like they're a victim of like teenage angst and circumstance. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah. Mature.
You have to at some point kind of like
Yeah.
take accountability for your life. I mean, it can't forever be like you're the victim, you know. If I was going to play the victim, I would have been on drugs and dead long ago. Because that's the environment I grew up around.
Actually, my mom, I told you, my mom's a deputy teacher, right?
No.
Oh, she's deputy principal. So basically, there are these girls who, how do I say this? They bully others, right?
Yeah?
But they carry victim afterwards. It's, how can I say, man? It's like they were bullied, right? But because they were bullied, they formed a group, right? A group where
So it's like Stockholm Syndrome.
where it started as like, listen, man, I understand your pain, I understand how you feel, but now
They're
a
doing.
grade later, they've become the bullies because whenever someone is trying to interact with them,
That is why it matters so much who raises you. That starts at home.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Like, I mean, my kid the other day got sent home with a note that him and a friend got into a fight. Now, my son's bigger than his friend physically, so his
Yeah.
friend shoved him, and nothing happened. My kid shoved the friend back, and the friend took a head injury. So I said, cool, I'm going to address the situation with my kid, and I'll make it clear to him, and we do this actively when we see any sort of behavior we don't like. I discipline it. But that being said, I also said you've got to make it clear to the other kid as well, and to the other kid's parents. It's like at this age they can't size each other up. You
Yeah.
know, like when my kid's like 16 and someone does that to him, he'll be mature enough to be like, "Oh, bro,
yeah,
don't do that again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave now." But they're like 4 years old.
yeah,
So what's going to happen is he shoves him, he's going to shove him back, and then he's going to learn consequence. So I will take it up with my kid, and I will make sure that my kid is understanding his situation. But just because the other kid isn't as strong as my kid, it doesn't exclude the other kid from his actions.
yeah.
So the other kid
So,
shoved first, and he got shoved back, and he took an injury. So the other kid must learn that you cannot start the conversation with a shove, because if my kid shoves back, you're going to get a head injury.
So as I was saying, these girls basically formed a support group with something that started positively. We were like, okay, we are victims of getting bullied, but now they're in the 12th grade and doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's called power play, bro. That happens. What did you expect from kids? I'm not.
And I don't think they, from what my mom says, they don't realize what they're doing.
But that's often the case, man. Like a lot of people don't pay attention to what they're doing, and then they don't realize that they've become the abuser. And that's what happens with Stockholm Syndrome. That's why you'll find like a lot of people that have been abused become abusive later on.
Yeah.
But that's also like, that's where parenting comes in. It's like, what are your parents doing, bro? Like whenever I get something brought to my attention, or I watch my kid a lot, like I pay a lot of attention to him. So when I see behavior I don't tolerate, I step in.
That watching the shitty work is so satisfying.
Oh, shot. Thank you so much. So, like my son has been taught that you will not speak to my wife like that. That's like one of my favorite quotes. He raises his voice at my wife and I'm like, no. I don't raise my voice at my wife. You will not raise your voice at my wife. And then it's
the toughest thing about parenting, I'm not saying I'm a parent, but teaching that respect and not fear in a way, because sometimes as fear works, yes, the child will fear you, but the minute they get out of your grasp,
that's exactly it, man. So
it must be respect in which, for example, like this, right? If your child fears you, whenever something wrong happens, they don't want to tell you. Like, I think it's much more healthy when, for example, you say, don't speak to my wife like that.
Fear only works so well to instill lessons.
And
I'm going to speak about fear in a second.
yeah. So fear and respect, right?
They're different parties entirely.
Yeah. Because if your child respects you, of course they're not gonna talk back, and they're not gonna misbehave.
No. So I want to correct you. If your child respects you, they'll talk back respectfully. The reason why they need to talk back is that they need to learn how to argue, how to establish social boundaries and maintain them. So the thing is, I don't stop my child from arguing.
Yeah.
I regulate the way in which he argues.
Yeah.
So for example's sake, my son, the other day I caught him doing something he wasn't supposed to do. So he tried to push the boundary and explain his side of the story. What I did is I listened to him.
Yeah.
Right, I heard him out, let him explain why he did everything and why he felt it was fair, and I said to him, okay, cool, but I have taught you this lesson before, and I'm going to reaffirm the boundary that I set, and I'm going to just still act out the consequence I promised would happen if you do this. But I'm also doing so calmly. The way in which I establish discipline with my child is calm.
Yeah.
I'm not angry when I'm disciplining him. If I am angry, I take a second and I calm down before I act on. What you do is you're not letting the kid off the hook. What you're showing the kid is how to maturely assess the situation.
To do, especially from fathers.
Like, so, thank you very much. So, like, I'll give you a great example. So, I'll tell my kid, bro, listen, if you scream at my wife, because we've had a discussion and I've explained to you in words why this is unacceptable, I catch you doing that, I'm telling you now, your cars will be taken away. Then he'll go and do it. And I don't go up to him and be like, listen, I warned you. I'll go and attack the cars. He has a mental meltdown. I let him work through that. You can't interact with him then because they're disconnected.
Yeah.
Like, getting to the point where he cries is a psychological growth thing. So I'm there to assist him, but I'm also letting him decide if he wants affection or not. And I also, like, I tell my wife, because my wife will sometimes be like, he's been crying for like 10 minutes. Like, don't step in. He's not manipulating the situation, but don't reward the bad behavior.
Yeah.
We can definitely comfort him closely in a few minutes, but it depends on the situation. If he got hurt, let's say for example, he got hurt. Of course, we'd go to comfort first.
Yeah.
But if I'm enacting a discipline, so for example, I've taken away his Hot Wheel now because he screamed at my wife. He doesn't get affection for that. You've got a consequence now. I'm here, and when you calm down, we can work it through together, and I'll give you love.
Yeah.
But also understand that you're not getting rewarded for being disciplined.
Yeah.
Rather than said lollycolic, the trauma as much as it sounds bad.
No, that's the thing is like it's not really trauma. Like
Yeah, it's not
letting
trauma.
your kid cry himself to sleep is trauma.
Yeah, because the minute your kid, for example, the difference between a kid respecting you and knowing the consequences, or a kid fearing a parent. Because some kids who fear parents, if they fail a grade, they sometimes commit suicide.
You can't say that on TikTok. They
sorry,
commit
okay.
unalive, yes.
Unalive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry. Thanks, JB.
Some of them take it out on other children, because now they cannot, for example, you said, I let him speak his side, right? Even if, like, let him respond, be calm. But in a situation where a parent is very, like, capital punishment,
100%.
the kid will never disrespect, they will never speak out of line, but the minute they get out of your sight, all all those emotions,
You
whatever
get
they
taken
have,
out on someone else.
they take it out on someone else, the world, everything. So there's always a fine line between a child fearing you and a child respecting you.
So I saw this video the other day that angered me.
Exactly.
Saw this video the other day by some other Christian influencer about parenting, being like, yo, we need to go back to the days when
No.
kids understood that the no is a valid answer. I'm like, okay, fair, no is a valid answer. I can say to my son, no, you won't have this, and I'll explain to him. But this is the thing, is like people treat their kids like they're idiots. They're not.
Yeah, kids are not.
And then he's like, yeah, and because I said so is a valid explanation. It's like, no, you lost me already. And then I listened on a little bit longer, and it's just like, okay, cool. So you just basically want to play like totalitarian. You don't want to equip your kid with skills, right? So this is how it works. I say no. My son's like, why? So it's like, okay, cool. So you can't have sugar before bed because a sugar high is not real, but a sugar crash is real. Also, you have a tiny little body, so no sugar before bed. And it's like, okay, cool. So I'll say, no, you can't watch TV. It's like, why not? My friends told me they can watch TV at home. I said, that's cool. But we're doing a different approach on parenting in this household. We are interactive with you.
Yeah.
You get your very regulated screen time with me or with mom, and it's like half an hour a day so that you understand technology, you see it, and you get to enjoy a little bit of it, but it's minimal and whatever. Then again, things that we do at home, it's like when we are with our kid, we don't touch our phones. Like if I get a phone call, I'll take it, and then he's like, okay, but you said you wouldn't touch your phone, but you took a phone call. And I said, cool, did you listen to the conversation? He'll be like, yeah. So I said, okay, cool. How did the conversation go? It's like, no, you spoke to your friend.
He said, it's been a while, brother.
What's up, bro? So you'll say like, oh yeah, your friend let you know he was broken down on the road, so you're gonna go help him. Okay, cool. So that would what I constitute an emergency. So that's an urgent phone call, and then I'll get another phone call, and it'll be like someone trying to catch up, and I'll be like, hey, bro, I'm with my kid at the moment. I'll give you a buzz a bit later in the day. I'm just spending some time with my kid. Sorry. You know, finishing class, showing the person on the other end, okay, I have priorities and I have respect too. So I'll answer the phone call, greet them, and just find out it's not urgent, and then do it later. Again, it shows my kid, like, cool, I'm sticking to my word, but I am willing to take on a responsibility if there's an emergency with a friend who's broken down next to the road. That's kind of like how it works.
I think now I understand, and I think you're completely right, because kids are not stupid. The minute you don't give them a valid reason, because there's so many times you can truly say, it's my house, this is my rules, you just have to listen to me, right? The minute you say that five
no,
times,
just switch them
Oh, relax, that's fine.
yeah, the minute every time your reason is, let's say there's house rules, right? Everybody goes to bed at, let's say 10, right? Everybody must be asleep at 10, but then you'll be awake at 12, and then it's like, no, you have like an emergency, right? Or you're working. You have to tell them, no, I remember that maybe that present I have to get you, I have to work. But you have to give them a reason, right?
Yeah.
Because the minute you keep breaking the rules you set, they're gonna come up with their own conclusion that I think it's because he's bigger than you. He's like this.
Or not just that.
And some of them do it on other children. They say, oh, well, I can do it.
I hear what you're
to.
saying, but you're taking the wrong angle. That's a way to look at it, but the way you should be looking at it is you set leading by example. You're leading your child. You're not teaching your child like a teacher. Like, this is what the textbook says, so this is what you got to do. You're showing, like, if I want you to behave like this in public, I need to behave like this in public.
Yeah.
Like, a great thing is like anger management, right? So I used to have an anger management issue, and he also has like a little bit of a short temper. So how I regulate my own anger in front of him is setting the example of how he's going to react to anger. And I mean, that's one of the cool things, that it's like, it sucks because it requires you to work hard on yourself. Like, that's the downside to parenting. A lot of stuff in parenting comes to like fixing you.
Said, hi, how is this guy? What is his name?
What? Who? This is not a guy.
Julius
What's up?
said he is cool.
Are you talking about me or Jabu?
For a tattoo.
But then again, also, like, I'm firm on my boundaries. Like, if I set a boundary and I don't break it, I don't bend. Like, that is what I am to my child. I'm unwavering.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he'll say, I want to argue with you. And then I'll say, okay, I'm all ears. What you do is, when you let them argue with you, you're letting them express themselves. And if they do it the right way, you know what I correct when he argues? It's the way he speaks. I'm not saying you can't voice your opinion. It's just you're not going to do it disrespectfully. You're not going to do it rudely. You're not going to do it forcefully. I said, how are you going to change my mind if you're aggressive? I don't change your mind by being aggressive. How have I won every conversation with you? Because I let him converse.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you explain it nicely. I said, like, oh, okay, cool. So if you explain your side nicely, I can maybe learn from you, and then I can maybe change my perspective.
I think it's a surprise.
That the broho is talking about teenagers. He is right, and you.
Oh, shot, thanks, bro.
I think the thing about old school parenting with like capital punishment, sure, they keep saying bring it back, but some of those parents are surprised that their children in the future hate them. My child, he's always respectful at home. I don't understand what you mean. He's bullying other kids in school. I don't understand. He doesn't do this thing. I mean, he's scared of you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but that's exactly it. So my father used to be one of those physical dominance
yeah,
people.
my grandmother as well. Yeah. But I am thankful to her because yeah.
Look, bro,
There
I
was-
can't lie to you and say that there
Yeah.
wasn't times that I got beaten
Yeah,
where
there
it
was
wasn't
times-
valid. There was times when I got beaten where it was 100% valid, but
Yeah.
there's another way to approach it.
Yeah.
I have a little kid. I don't have, a 16-year-old teenager that I have to go toe to toe with. I'm talking about a little kid. There's no point in it, and the
Yeah.
hypothalamus isn't developed, so you can't process logical thoughts. So how is he logically going to process? Okay, cool. So my dad said, if I do this, he's going to give me a hiding, and then I get a hiding and be like, oh, okay, cool, but I'll ask for it because he set a boundary and I broke the boundary. They don't have that kind of complex thinking just yet. Come on.
Yeah.
There's a million ways to skin a cat. So it's like, for example, it's like last night my kid wants to stay up late. And he doesn't want to brush his teeth. So I said to him, hey man, if you don't go to sleep tonight at the right time, you're going to be super tired tomorrow, which is going to shorten the time frame that we can spend together tomorrow. And that's actually like a practical solution. I'm not bullshitting him. I'm not lying to him. Because tomorrow you're going to be even more tired than you are now. So I said, if you want to hang out tomorrow when I'm done tattooing and you want to do this, that, and you want to play some games or whatever, then we've got to get you to sleep on time so that you have the energy to face tomorrow. Because tomorrow, when we're jamming games, I'm certainly not going to have fun if you're being tired and moody with me. Right? So I'm going to take the opportunity to play games off the table. And you give them a practical reason to do something. Don't make up a funny story. Give them a practical reason. It's he asked me why do I have to make up my bed? And it's cool, because we like to have self-respect. So while I'm giving him the explanation, I'm making up my bed. Then I'm like, hey, if you want help, I'll help you, but you got to make up your bed.
I think also it's because kids, more than adults, recognize patterns way easier. That's why even when they play games, repetition, they learn very quickly. So they watch you a lot, even though it's a subconscious, they don't notice it, but they watch you a lot. So the minute you keep saying telling him to make his bed, but you don't do it,
He's going to be like, why must I do it if you don't do it?
yeah, and he's gonna approach you firstly, right, about why don't you do it, right? And the minute you say it's my house, it's my rules, the old school way of doing it, he's gonna say bad, right? But
Can't wait to have my own kingdom so I can be an arsehole.
yeah, and that kingdom can come in the form of a police officer, a bully, a senior, a prefect, and dude, when they get to that high of them being in a position where someone is under them, you will see some things where, and when they mature, sometimes when they mature, and they realize the person, like Bill Burr, my favorite comedian, when he realized why I am like this, it's I absolutely hated how my father raised me, because I'm seeing and usually people like that, they try to raise their children very differently. Like my mom is my best friend, but when I say best friend, I'm not I always know this is my parent. I'm not in the area where I'm talk back and stuff like that to her, right? Because she's still my parent. But communication between a child and a parent is very important, and I think some parents who are surprised their children hate them even though they're like in their mind. I taught you well.
Yeah, I mean,
And still like I don't understand why
a
you
great
became like
example is like my father, like who was always like, I always did the best that I can. And like, bro, you were not there, like physically
Yeah.
not. It's like, oh, it's your mom's fault. It's like, bro, I've been around for 12 years without my mom in the picture. Where was your effort in the 12 years? No, it's just constantly blaming my deceased mom.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro, come on, come on, come on.
And the worst thing about it is those emotions that you're saying, right? Like you were never there and all that. You are so scared of that person as a kid. The thought of you confronting them and telling them that, look how you're treating mom, look how you're treating me and stuff like that. It cannot come up. It can only come up when you are like.
Yo, bro, so my dad started a fight with me.
Jeff
with
Ruick
my
said your pink gloves are intense.
They're not that intense, bro. I've
Jeff
seen more
Ruick
intense.
said, I love it.
Thanks. I love pink. Not the artist. The color. So like one of the things that I learned, which is like, I basically got into a physical altercation with my dad, and I showed him that I'm like physically like way stronger than he is. Like we're not on the same playing field as we were back then.
Yeah.
And I said the reason I didn't do this is because I want to show my kid that we don't do this, but you really want to push to this point. So I'm gonna quickly
First
just
you said
show
it was
you
a
who's
good
stronger.
time to store.
Yeah, rib tattoos are very sore, bro. So I was like, yeah, like we can get there and we can play this game. I'm winning. So like, do you want to do altercations this way, like, or do you want to try something different? Because you're not winning this game anymore. You're not
Yeah.
the strongest man in the house physically.
Yeah.
Stop.
And you're not gonna do whatever you did to me to your grandson.
Oh
Okay.
no! I
You're
said
never
I said to
definitely
him,
gonna do
I
that.
said to him like, I'm willing to go to jail if you ever raise your hand to my son. I am going to, and I quoted an event where I got really messed up by him, and I said, I'm breaking stuff. I'm making it very clear to you, you are not leaving that hospital a man anymore. You're going to live in fear, just like I was scared of you. I don't want that to be the relationship,
Yeah.
but if this is what you want, I can make it happen. And-
Because I have seen scenarios of, and I can't really say they're out of touch. It's their own experience, but old timers or older people on TikTok talking about how discipline is gone. You can't hit your kid anymore. They of course you know how they exaggerate. They'll arrest you. They'll do this stuff, and I'm like, this method of parenting, it cannot come back. It can, and the worst thing is,
But how many
when
kids?
they don't understand when their children don't want them disciplining their grandchildren. Like if my child is gonna is not visiting you until you change your entire perspective, because I don't want you parenting my child like you parent me. They're only gonna go there to say hi grandpa, play with you, and that's it. So she
The person speaking there sounds like the Minister of South African Defense Force.
I mean, Jabu could be the Minister of the Defense Force, honestly. I'd fear for my life, but yeah.
So yeah, but right now the issue with
How are you, Gerard? Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
capital punishment in schools, right? When that disappeared, well, I was there when it had, but when they completely removed it, they didn't replace it with anything. So now the kids are doing all this stuff, bringing knives, doing all these
Gerard,
things, and
Senor Woodrow, how do you?
I'm
yes,
good, man. No, I'm not shutting you down. I have to respond to the live stream in real time, too.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I thought the message was going on.
Pretty cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello,
Gerard
chef.
said that just as South Africa is messed up block,
I love you as much as Jake loves steak and pancakes.
I love you too, Mr. Chef. Woo! I got banned last night on TikTok Live. I'm unbanned now. I had to ID
My
verify
friend
that I'm
says if the
not
best,
a child.
he's better than the rest.
Milk Puppy said Rebecca the best character at R.
I've heard people like Rebecca.
She's the best. True. disgusting.
So, what I think is that there should be consequences for children, but the thing is, like, it's also warped the perspective. So, like, you know that you can now,
Hierarchia
yeah.
goes South Africa doing victim you honor.
Hmm? South Africa treating you, Jono. Oh, it's alright, bro. Got no complaints. So, you can hold minors accountable like adults now, in terms of crime and shit like that, but there's still no repercussions.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I figured is, like, you can raise kids without violence.
Yeah, it's true. But I don't think people.
Kotaku said, hey, Jono.
Hey, what's up, bro? How are you? Are you done for the day?
I mean, we acknowledge it with them that yes, hitting your kid is the fastest method of him behaving in your house. However, it's the long-term effects and
It's counterproductive, bro.
it's counterproductive. So
Kotaku said, good and tired, not yet.
Are you on lunch?
and I think how a parent responds to situations is how the child is going to respond to
Hi,
situations
Kotaku
when
said, no, that's too close.
something
Oh,
similar
about
arises.
to close.
Because I remember one TikToker saying, if someone disrespects me in front of my family, I'm gonna punch them in the mouth, and my son is gonna see you should not get disrespected because that way they won't get bullied. I'm like, sure. However, your son will be the bully now. Now what?
That's usually my go-to approach is I go and say, hey man,
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna.
I'm not
Yeah.
tolerating this behavior. But the other thing is I've taught my kid, pick your fights,
Yeah.
right? That's a undervalued skill.
Yeah.
Just
pick your
everybody
fights.
everybody that picks a fight with you, you don't have to fight them.
Yeah. For example, I also think mental health is something that is severely lacking in the world.
Oh,
However, I think also.
Papa 5457 said we still up for tonight.
I'll give you a call in a little bit. I'm gonna finish at about 7 and Lucy asked me to come home early tonight. So let me give you a buzz in a little bit. I'll take a break and quickly give you a call. I'm so keen though, it's a Freerin Galaxy, of course I'm keen.
Because even though some guys will agree that mental health needs to be like not saying center front, but needs to be acknowledged in the world.
Julia said the guy that's talking about teenagers. So, bro, what do I do if my grandma's like always mad? Reason.
You like your grandma's like always mad. What? Can you read that?
Julia said yay.
You're gonna have to elaborate.
Carmen.w said hello.
Hello, how are you?
Julia said she is always mad.
Always mad at you or just always mad? Is she mad in general?
Like when
House said, well, hello.
Hello, how are you?
she's always mad.
Oh. Is she mad at everyone or just you?
Yeah, because the context matters the most. Is she always mad at like?
Julia said,
Boy.
yes, she is just mad at me.
Oh yeah, there's an issue. She has an issue with you, then. I mean, I'm not gonna say because I'm not a therapist, but why would she just have an issue with you?
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Papa
Fireboy said
5457
hi.
said no worries, excited for your call face with tears of joy.
What time do you guys lock up the shop?
It's Fireboy said yeah.
Yeah.
It depends, because sometimes like a family member of mine, he's like an old person. He absolutely despises me just because I am my mother's son.
Julius said it
He
is for my dream like I
despises
well
my
like
mother,
to be
so-
a rapper.
Sometimes it might not even be personal.
It is for my dream to be a rapper.
A rapper,
Well
ooh.
said, this tattoo is gorgeous.
Thank you. I would recommend what you should do is, as an entrepreneur, because that's what you're gonna have to be if you're a musician, is do multiple things. Become an electrician and a plumber and work on your rap career at the same time.
It's
Boom.
Diabod said here. Still said, yo, can I get a tat at 16?
Not from me. No.
Julius said okay.
Why 28?
No, it's a valid point. It's
Yeah.
like for me, it's like everybody
Okay.
thought. My parents had it wrong. They said, no, you need to get a real job. No, you don't need to get a real job. You need to work on your dream while doing another thing so that you can do two things at once. So you have business A and business B, not option A and plan B. That's not how it works.
Chef Biscuit said find something that you can rap and practice.
Do you think parents' expectations are healthy for the child because it strives them to accomplish a goal, or do you think it kind of sometimes messes it up, or is it a 50-50?
Julius said no.
Because sometimes if parents don't have
Examples. Man, it's examples. Like, how can I ask my kid to work his ass off if I don't work my ass off?
I mean, there's situations like
Chef
that.
Biscuit said
Like,
books,
I have.
etc.
Books, gifts, etc. Find something that you can
Well
rap.
said,
Chef, I knew you were gonna go that line of discussion.
I mean, I've seen parents who.
He real said hey shitty.
What's up, bro?
Well, I've seen parents who like. I'm not
He
saying they're
real
not
said,
successful
I have a
in
question.
life. I'm not saying they're not successful in life, but they want to live their dream or what they wanted to be through their kids.
Living vicariously through your children.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Maybe expectations was the wrong way of saying it, but
I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be.
yeah.
You just have to set your kid up for success. Do you know that Ronaldo was groomed by his
He
father
real
to be
said
the
my
best
dental
footballer?
paper is dried out and it's not sticking to the skin properly. What can I do?
You can ask your mentor about it because I don't know anything. I'm an apprentice. I don't know how to tattoo, bro. This is my first tattoo. I'm not an educational channel. I'm a comedic channel.
Thankfully, you were not live when you were talking earlier.
I mean, it was educational, I guess.
Educational.
Real said I have been following you for more than a year now.
And I'm not your mentor because I'm an apprentice, so I can't give you tattoo tips, bro. Sorry. It's not gonna change. What do the young folk call it? Gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping. Gatekeeping is good in dreams.
No, gatekeeping tattooing is good.
Julia said, but bro, you are like cool with tattoos.
Thanks, bro. One day when I'm a big boy, I'll be a real tattoo artist. For now, I'm just learning.
I think gatekeeping in general is good in some places, but
Don't
other places-
gatekeep music.
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
I mean, if we could get.
Maybe it's because there were times where I was gatekeeping some music and I'm like,
You heard
this sounds like ass, dude. But I was wrong. Because especially when coming to rap music, I
Julia
was
said,
like,
but
this
you're
is not
a
even
real
rap, bro.
artist.
But you are a real artist. One day, bro. One day.
Yeah, but music evolves, so yeah, it's something I had to learn. I can, just because my era of music I enjoy and I don't enjoy
Lucy
another one
Angiano
doesn't
is
mean
the
that.
best. All my work done by Lucy.
What's up, TikTok house? Yeah, Lucy's amazing, bro. She's a real tattoo artist. I'm still unhappy, bro. What?
Attack on Titan.
That's not what I heard.
Attack on Titan. You remember when you said I sound I sound Afrikaans. Remember when you said that?
You still sound
You remember when you
Afrikaans,
said
bro.
that?
But you
You
do.
still roll your R.
You still roll your R's harder than
That
any
doesn't
fucking
mean
boot
any-
that lives
that
on.
makes no
Susan
sense.
said, Najono, give yourself more credit, brother.
It's a mindset. It's not a skill set to be an apprentice.
What does rolling R's mean?
When you go,
Red.
Huh?
Red.
no, now you're saying it in American English. Don't even try.
Red.
There's no coming back.
Red.
No, bro.
Red Rover.
No, bullshit, bro. That's not Jabu talking, bro. That's not Jabu talking.
So what do you mean Red Rover? That's what I always speak.
That is how you speak. That is 100% how you speak, bro.
Nah, dude.
Bro, you can gaslight yourself all you want.
I don't think Africa speaks this way. I don't think so.
Roy.
Go ahead. See? Did I roll my R there?
You rolled your R when you said roll.
Roy.
No, he's self-aware now.
Yeah, you're too self-aware.
So what to do what?
Shame.
You're speaking in some weird English accent all of a sudden. It's not Jabu, bro. It's AI.
You said my English accent was weird.
It is, though. And what's wrong with you having a weird English accent? It's immediately like you can speak and people pay attention to what you have to say. Because you sound unique. You don't sound like a fucking copy and paste of every other person. Cool. I noticed it. Why are you so self-aware of it? Why are you self-conscious, bro?
Nah, when I become self-conscious of things, you know, yeah. Like I said, I was called self-conscious of my butt, man. For the longest time.
Your boat.
My butt?
Your boat. I get it.
Yeah.
We're on TikTok, bro. Your boat.
Really? No way that's better.
No, 100%. You've got a nice big boat, bro.
Yeah. Let's just say, as a guy, heavy a badonka-donk is not good, man. Doesn't feel good, man. Especially when people notice, man. So I would always
Should it
pull,
be,
I would always pull my shirt extremely down and try to.
At least you kept your pants up.
No, my shirt, man. Yeah, my shirt.
I understood. Never mind. That was a joke. You know how like,
Yeah, Juno. Yeah, Juno.
you know how those
We
people
get
with
it,
their
man,
pants
yeah.
hanging at their ankles. It's so funny watching gangsters try to run.
Vanilla Ice did it. It wasn't the best. Tristan, have you seen Dude Where's My Car?
No.
I thought you're the black one and he's the white one. It's supposed to be the other way around. Like
What do you mean? I love films, man. He doesn't know it. Tristan, I'm still trying to get you.
Where's My Car is like classic, bro. Like that's like
You know Tristan watched The Matrix for the first time, I think, last year.
oh.
Was it last year or last year?
I think it was the last of us, yeah.
Yeah, we made him watch it for the first time. I was trying to make him watch
Oh
it.
damn, bro! I don't understand, Tristan. I need a second, and it's hard, bro. How did this work out?
What? What was that?
And someone's gonna ring the doorbell now. I'm gonna be there in a sec. I think the battery on that thing's going.
Julius said, nice tattoo.
Thank you.
He says thanks. He's in pain right now. He can't say anything.
That's fine.
Just have a habit of kicking the light.
Julius said, cool.
Okay.
I have to get to another tutorial.
You don't have to. Have you had anything to eat in the like last hour?
Butter.
So what I'll do is let me check out this and then I'll set it perfect for my favorite things. The reason I need to eat is like flushing is for
Virgil, I can't wait for you to get a tattoo. Can't wait for you to get a tattoo.
Is that who's rough?
And that's just because you've got the double DX over here. So if you want to do draft, you can do that, but then you might want to then eventually do a second DX this side. So, yeah. And if you feel like you need more, you want to do the draft as well. Because you already have the pre-existing. So, I mean, other options is super. Okay. We have to go to the range in the studio. We usually convert to custom order now. So in the last week we did these two custom orders according to your test.
I saw this and then it like it puts in the middle and then it just put on the side, bro. Yeah, that's not barcode, bro.
I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to start set up quickly.
Yo, Jonah. Mind if I can stand up for a bit?
Maybe get something to eat.
Yeah.
If you want to go get something to eat, just let me wrap you up before you leave.
Okay. Okay, sorry, Joe. Feels good to stand.
It does, it does. Alright guys, I'm gonna quickly take a break just to do a piercing. And then I will be back with a live stream in a little bit. I love you guys. Okay, bye.